Good evening. I'm going to call it to order the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for June 21st, 2022. We do have a quorum present. The first item on the agenda is to consider the minutes of the June 7th, 2022 meeting. If there are no additions or corrections, may I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Motion by Alvin, second by Karen.
Commissioners, there were two errors with the minutes that staff has taken the liberty of correcting just real quick. One is that we had the date wrong for the approval date, and one is that the letters for the order of items was incorrect, but we did fix those, if you wouldn't mind approving with those corrections.
Move to approve as corrected.
Second.
Motion by Karen, second by Alvin.
One minute, I'm so sorry.
Vote now. Motion passes 4-0. The next item is a regular hearing for the final plat of Castle Hills H3 Lot 1 Block A on 15.966 acres out of this S. Singleton Survey, abstract number 1138, zoned to Planned Development General Business 2 District, located on the south side of Parker Road, across from Dragon Banner Drive.
Good evening again, Commissioners. Staff did review this plat application and did list several deficiencies in the memo. We are recommending disapproval with delegation to staff the authority to approve when the deficiencies are corrected and bring back to the chair for signature.
Commissioners, are there any questions for staff? Concerns? And if not, may I have a motion, please?
Move to disapprove for the deficiencies listed and delegate authority to staff to approve once corrected.
Motion by Jordan.
Second.
Second by Alvin. Vote now. Motion passes 4-0. The next item is a public hearing. This is consideration of a special use permit for a gasoline service station on approximately 0.83 acres, legally described as Lot 1B, Block B, Timber Creek Addition, located at 102 East Corporate Drive, zoned Light Industrial District, as requested by Jason Nijim, IBC Construction, LLC, on behalf of RF & Sons Properties, LLC, the property owner.
Good evening, Commissioners. JR 51 is looking to redevelop and rebrand an existing gas station that's located on the southeast corner of Corporate and Business 121. They are proposing to make significant improvements to this site, including adding a new 4,200 square foot convenience store, closing 2 of the existing 4 driveways, and adding 39 canopy and ornamental trees, which significantly exceeds the 10 required per the development code. The building elevations are primarily brick and stone, with some of the stone using a wood textured veneer. The signage, the applicant is proposing to replace the freestanding sign with a low profile monument sign that will match the building elevations. There is one requested variance with this SUP, and that's to reduce the control of access along a major traffic carrier from 250 feet to approximately 100 feet. So at an intersection for a major traffic carrier such as State Highway 121 business, there needs to be at least 250 feet before there's a driveway. As this site is actually helping out the existing situation by closing 2 of those existing driveways, staff has no issue with this variance to reduce it to approximately 100 feet. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this development.
Commissioners, any questions for staff? Concerns? No? Okay,
Thank
thank you. At this time, I will open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this issue, please come forward, state your name, and sign in. Having no one come forward, I will now close the public hearing. Commissioners, any discussion? If not, may I have a motion, please?
Move to recommend approval.
Motion by Jordan,
Second.
second by Karen. Vote now. Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you, Commissioners. This item will appear before City Council on July 18th for a second and final public hearing.
Thank you, Jonathan. The next item on the agenda is another public hearing. This is in consideration of a special use permit for a plant nursery with outdoor display or storage on approximately 1.355 acres, legally described as Lot 1, Block A, Heartland Industries Addition, located at 1280 South Stemmons Freeway, zoned General Business District, as requested by Daniel Alford, Bayman Construction, LLC, on behalf of Joe W. and Patricia Devers, the property owners.
Good evening, Commissioners, and I did want to start by saying that the notices were incorrect for this. It was actually supposed to be for two different uses, for plant material sales with outside display and storage, but also for building material sales with outside display and storage. And that is because the business would also like to sell sod and some bulk materials, which are in storage bins. That would be limited to 10% of the site, but we do need to re-advertise the notifications with the correct uses on them, having both and not just the one. So we're recommending that we have the public hearing tonight because we did send notices but take no action. We'll send new notices and we will have another public hearing on July the 5th. For the applicant, we will try to keep the council date the same as was originally projected on July the 18th. Just a quick synopsis, because I know there are people here tonight that were curious about the case. The site was a previous car dealership, used car dealership. It has been vacant for a while. The applicant is proposing to open a second location of Serval Sod, which currently has a location in Plano. The area that you see in gray there would be the area that they use for the storage of sod and bulk items, as well as the maneuvering to access those items. But the majority of the site would be used for plant sales. They do plan to reuse the existing building. They would repaint it and add a wainscot of a stone material to improve the aesthetic of the building. Currently, it's a bright blue. They would remove all of the existing bright blue bollards from the property. They would remove the existing pole sign from the property. There is an existing billboard. At the termination of the lease on that billboard in 2025, it would be removed as well. So here you can see the elevations of the building with the proposed improvements. It is still a modular building, and there's not much they can do bringing any masonry materials up higher because it wouldn't support the weight of that. So with that, I will answer any questions if you have any today. I don't believe the applicant is here today, but I know there was a member of the public that wanted to come tonight.
Michelle, I wanted to ask, is it because we're not taking action that we have not included the overlay standards, exceptions, or adjustments?
Correct, yes. So we'll have an overlay district board at our next meeting as well to address the overlay standards. There will be alternative standards related to the facade of the building. They're actually doing very well on the landscaping standards. Being a landscaping company, they have proposed quite a number of ornamental shrubs and canopy trees.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about the traffic? Traffic coming off 35 on that service road right by it? Have y'all looked into that?
Yeah, so they have currently just one driveway, and they would keep that existing driveway since they don't have any other access points. So it's a little farther north. They would be dedicating for the deceleration lane to help with the maneuvering into the site.
Any other questions for staff? Okay, thank you, Michelle. At this time, I will open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this item, please come forward, state your name, and sign in.
No, I'll wait till I hear more about it. Maybe that building picture. I'll wait till I hear. Thank you.
Okay, having no one come forward, we will close the public hearing. Since we are not going to be taking any action on this item tonight, we will go ahead and move to the next item.
Should we table this?
Do we have to vote on tabling it, Michelle?
No, we can go ahead and just take no action, as we will be sending new notifications out.
Okay. All right, thanks, Karen. Okay, the next item on the agenda for tonight then is adjournment. May I have a motion, please?
Move to adjourn.
Motion by Karen,
Second.
second by Alvin. Vote now. Motion passes 4-0. We are adjourned. At this time, I'd like to call to order the Transportation Board and announce that we have a quorum present for this action as well. And the first item on the agenda is to consider the minutes of the May 3rd, 2022 joint meeting. If there are no additions or corrections, may I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Motion by Karen,
Second.
second by Jordan. Vote now. And the minutes are approved 4-0. The next item is a regular hearing. It's a consideration of an ordinance amending the Lewisville City Code, Section 15-127, prohibiting parking on specific streets during specific hours by prohibiting parking on North Mill Street from 200 feet north of the center line of Hedgerow Lane to 300 feet south of the center line of Hedgerow Lane between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m., and make a recommendation to the City Council regarding the amendment.
Good evening, Commissioners. Over the past several months, city staff has observed vehicles parked longer than a week without moving, disabled vehicles, damaged vehicles, parked in the head-end parking, truck and trailers taking up multiple spots. These spots were put in to serve the citizens out there with the disc golf, lake park, anything that was going on in that area. And the apartments in that area have made changes to their parking regulations, and we're seeing a lot of people trying to skirt around the parking regulations at the apartment complexes and parking there overnight, having vehicles dropped off by tow trucks that were in accidents, and they're sitting there. And instead of going to a 2-hour limit parking to help with the police officers, they prefer doing the 10 to 7 no parking, because it's a little bit easier to follow than just the 2-hour parking minimum. So we ask for a recommendation to City Council on this item.
Okay. Commissioners, are there any questions for staff, any concerns on this item? No? Okay, then may I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion by Alvin,
Second.
second by Jordan. Vote now. Motion passes 4-0. And the next regular hearing is a consideration of an ordinance amending the Lewisville City Code, Section 15-35, maximum speed limits on specific streets by establishing speed limits on Windhaven Parkway from Castle Hills Drive to Josie Lane of 40 miles per hour, and make a recommendation to the City Council regarding the amendment.
Good evening, Commissioners. Windhaven Parkway is a 4-lane divided roadway. Staff conducted a speed study on the above-mentioned segment of Windhaven Parkway. The city established the reasonable and prudent speed limits on roadways based on the 85th percentile speeds determined by speed studies in accordance with the Texas Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices. The 85th percentile speed represents the speed that most drivers are traveling at or above or below. To ensure that a true reflection of a normal traffic situation is achieved, speed studies conduct on an average weekdays during off-peak hours and under favorable weather conditions. The speed limit is set at the nearest value of the 85th percentile speed limit ending in a 5 or a 0. And during the speed limit and doing the results of it, we came up with a 40 mile an hour, 85th percentile on this segment of Windhaven Parkway.
Okay. And that speed is still safe
Yes,
on that
ma'am.
roadway? Okay. All right, are there any questions or concerns for staff on this item? If not, may I have a motion, please?
Recommend the amendment be sent to council.
Motion by Karen,
Second.
second by Alvin.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Vote now. Motion passes 4-0. The final item on the agenda is adjournment. May I have a motion for adjournment, please?
Move to adjourn?
Motion by Jordan,
Second.
second by Alvin. Vote now. We are adjourned. Motion passes 4-0.
I'm gonna miss you, Jordan.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
Good luck with the new baby.
Thank you. Appreciate that.